Boy, just be yourself. If people don't like it, if you're being yourself, fuck them.
Yo, it's your boy Big Los, and welcome to another episode of The Noize. If you haven't yet, go ahead and follow us on the big three: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Noize Podcast. And of course, follow everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. Unfortunately, Hollywood Kev is not with me today. He will talk to you guys about it if he so chooses to. If he doesn't, then he doesn't, kind of just leave that up in the air. However, I am not alone. Very excited about this one. Long time since he's been on the show itself, but definitely a long time since, we've heard his voice in a, podcast format. Long time since we heard his voice on the official mics that we pay so much money for. So let's go ahead and welcome him back. Welcome back to the classics, Jay Alonzo. He lives.
What's up?
What's going on, mate?
What's the deal, son?
How's it feel to be back in podcast format?
Oh, dude, it feels like I miss these mics a lot.
Pause.
Pause. I miss doing this. I miss having the breathing strength to speak for a long period of time.
Okay. So when can we expect you back on back to the classics?
Well, shout out to my partner Danger Neff. Shout out to Leland and everybody who's been a special guest on the show. Filling my spot while I went through what I went through. Me and Dave been talking about it. You will definitely hear me back on the show as early as next month in a certain format. You'll see what we come up with when I'm officially 100% ready to jump back on it for sure.
For sure. I gotta ask. He had Duval. I'm sorry. Who's like been the most unofficial member of the Beat Network.
Shout out to my boy Duval, man.
He had Duval on there with I know her moniker, the Scream Queen, but I can't remember her name.
What is her name? Shout out to her too. I can't think of her name for nothing.
I feel bad for forgetting her name. I'm gonna come up with her name now because again I feel bad for forgetting it. So I want to make sure that I have the opportunity to say it. So I'm going to talk my way through it till I pull up one of these here cards with her name on it because her name is Selena
Sue, right?
Yes.
Selena Sue. Yeah, shout out to her. Yeah, she's dope.
So he had Selena and he had Duval on there. And that episode for Little Nicky went 2 hours. How do you feel about that?
I can't believe that you can cover Little Nicky for 2 hours straight.
What is there to talk about with Little Nicky for 2 hours?
When the movie itself is like an hour and 20 minutes at best.
However, I'm gonna be honest, it was very entertaining conversation. They were having a shit ton of fun. And I get it. But I was like, whoo. I even teased them on the Back to the Classics page because they were trying to see, there was no clip from the actual podcast. When I normally take a screenshot of the video itself. And he was like, no clip. And I was like, so I'm still working on a video. For some reason, it's taking a long time to, buffer. It's taking a long time to render. Duval put himself out there. He said, yeah, we had no reason going 2 hours. I said, oh, so I guess you understand.
At least you can admit it, yeah. Because, the movie itself only runs about hour 20. So like 2 hours, damn. And to me, that's all Dave. Because Dave likes to go for a long period of time.
Oh, no, that was Duval's part. I can tell you right now.
Oh, no, yeah. Duval plays his part, but definitely Dave.
He said
for sure.
But yeah, definitely shout out to Dave and all the guest hosts that he's had on there.
But to the center folks out there, I have missed you guys tremendously. Thank you all for the well wishes and the prayers and the love and the support. I am getting better and better each day. I'm glad to finally be home. So yes, most definitely, I will be back on the show very soon.
Absolutely. So pretty much the voice of the man you're hearing now is the reason that when we did our relaunch for the Noize, we weren't able to maintain that consistency that we promised you, but it's all within good reasoning. even leading up to where we are today, with us having to miss last week's show, it's just it's all, you know, it's all connected. It's all intertwined.
Usually is.
It usually is.
Yeah.
So Dave, you know, with your blessing, had already told the Center folks, you know, what was going on with you, the kind of procedure you were having. One thing I did on this show is, you know, we'll talk about you. I would say, you know, if Jay would, you know, if Jay wants to tell you, then he can. Otherwise, you know, to understand my brother's having a very important procedure. So do you want to talk about what was going on?
Yeah, I can speak on it. For those of the ear hustlers and the Center folks who know me on a personal level, know that I have had a heart condition, congestive heart failure, for the last 2 years, something like that.
About 2 years.
And recently, after a trip to the gym, I was having a really hard time breathing. And I went to the ER to see what's up with the breathing. And I was hit with an ultimatum. And it was by far the most adult decision I ever made. And it was going to be either having a open heart surgery or the chances of living to next summer was slim. It was very slim. So
they also gave you the option for 5 stents, right?
Yeah.
You're only gonna make it to like 45.
Yeah. 5 cents in the heart. In which case, I'll probably, if lucky, I'll make it to about age 45. You know, if those who know me, I turn 33 tomorrow. By the time you guys hear the show, I turn 33 tomorrow, November 24th. Sag season going down. But I made
the Valentine babies.
I made the adult decision to go ahead and get have the surgery done. I had a quintuple bypass surgery on my heart, and you know, I knew it was gonna be a rough road ahead and all of that. And then during my recovery, unfortunately, I also suffered a stroke during my recovery as well. So it was supposed to be an in and out, not an in and out procedure, but more like a 2-week hospital stay turned into damn near a month. And, I just got released. It would be a week ago tomorrow. So, but, you know, I'm a fighter. I'm a soldier. I'm a hustler. And, my body didn't give up on me. My soul didn't give up on me. And I'm home. Here I am. So, I feel better than ever. And to know that, as far as any kind of heart problems in the future will be very, very, very few. And for that, I'm thankful. For that, I'm gracious. And I'm home.
And we also can no longer, you know, blame our inconsistencies on Jay. So we're happy to have you back, man. It was a stressful fucking time.
It was a stressful time.
It was a stressful fucking time, man. And, you know, there were, you know, with you going in there and, you know, when they said they were keeping you, I was like, you know, I get it, you know, congestive heart failure. He probably was putting a lot of strain on his heart from when he was at the gym, and, you know, they probably just want to monitor or whatever. I thought it was the most routine shit ever.
Right.
So then when, I think it was Mom that called, and when she said that, you know, he can either get a stent put in each valve, which only going to guarantee him another 10 years, maybe. And then it was like, or we do quintuple bypass. And I'm like, oh, all right, this. And we were supposed to record that night. That's the funny part. Me and Kev were supposed to record that night. So we missed that week of episodes. Then the following week we had Mac on, which was an amazing interview. If you haven't heard that one, please
shout out to Mac.
Back.
Mac also reached out as well.
Oh yeah,
show love. So yeah, shout out to Mac as well.
Oh yeah, like we try to tell y'all that Mac has literally been a part of the family for a long time. Like, you know, he reached out to Jay. You know what I mean? He's very intertwined in a lot of things that are going on this side. So definitely go check out that Mac Wells interview. But we ended up pulling off that interview. And then recently, we were supposed to have an episode last week, and we had a bit of a scare. Mm-hmm. So someone that me and Jay were around someone that tested positive for COVID. So mind you, we're now freaking the fuck out because this nigga's fresh out the hospital, open chest and shit.
Yeah, my health is already at a
questionable place. This nigga yawn and coughs. I'm gonna be like, what's going on? What's wrong with you? But, so we were exposed to someone that was exposed to COVID. Luckily enough, everyone tested negative. However, that meant that me and Kev couldn't link up and do the show. And we already said we're not trying to do the Zoom shows anymore because the audio is so shit. But we weren't able to link up and do the show. So with this week, like I said, Kev got some stuff going on. Definitely send your prayers and well wishes.
Our prayers and love and well wishes to all with Kev, man, for sure.
And again, if he wants to talk about it, he can come back and talk about it if he wants to. But we were able to pull off this episode. We are recording it on a Monday, of course, because you got to get the show out. The show must go on.
Yeah,
we'll try to maintain that consistency going forward. Lord willing, nothing crazy fucking happens, but we appreciate y'all for being as understanding as you have been, because a lot of motherfuckers really could have been like, nah, give us the show. We're trying to see what's going on. Like, hey, y'all don't want to hear our story. Yeah, y'all don't care about what's going on right now. So there hasn't been much going on in the week, but I definitely want to talk about what was, I think, the story of 2020 outside of coronavirus.
Of 2020 or for like that week?
You said what?
Of 2020 or for that week? This is us as a country, us as a planet felt the stress of COVID. We also felt the stress of two men getting together in a room and anything's possible.
Us as the black community was like, yo.
we was nervous.
So of course, as y'all know, history was made. First of all, let me say it, because every time something 2020-ish happens, you gotta give it its flowers. 2020 is a weird fucking year.
2020 is an odd ass year.
2020 has been a very, very weird year, and it just got weirder because we were told it was announced that Jeezy and Gucci instead of Jeezy and T.I., which I think was a setup, which we'll get to later. Jeezy and Gucci was going to happen, and then leading up to it, everyone's like, nah, they probably gonna be back on Zoom and all this other shit. Like, nah, we're gonna be in the same room. I'm like, oh.
It was good to confirm that we were gonna be in the same room.
Right. The first thing I thought about was the gun line. You will be shot. That was the first place I went, because I'm like, dog, nothing about that sounds any kind of safe. So it finally happened after, what was about 30 minutes of waiting.
No, longer than that. The feed began at 5 on time. DJs rocking, cause you came to the crib. The DJ and shout out to the DJ. I think I want to say it was DJ Holiday and DJ Esco. I could be getting it wrong, but they rocked out Atlanta style heavy for like an hour.
They rocked out Atlanta style heavy, but they were playing some aggressive records.
Overly aggressive records. Nuck If You Buck came on.
I was like, ooh, no, this ain't it. You don't play Nuck If You Buck with these two niggas in the room. I'm telling you, at the end of they had
Headbuster came on.
Headbuster, right? They had an amazing track list, but at the end of the day, when the fucking stream started, it should have started off. If you ever knew something about gospel music, we should have went into Stomp. We should have went into Shackles. We should have had the most positive.
Jesus should have really been in the room.
It should have been Kim. They should have been playing "Share My Life." We should have had all the softest. Let's keep everybody cool records.
So 5 o'clock the stream starts. The DJs rock out for like an hour. The two finally appear on stage.
Even that seemed weird.
And just seeing them on stage together by itself was like, oh, this is weird. This is so odd. And it's like being at a party with two people that you know for a fact don't care for each other. The tension is clearly in the air. You feel it. You feel it like, if someone cut the lights on, locate that exit
fast.
Cause these niggas about to start tripping.
Fast. It's about to go south.
And put it this way, Stacey Abrams shows up to do the intro.
Awkward as fuck. Bro.
Awkward as fuck. And nobody cared. Like, all right, well, let's.
Hey, Gucci asked the realest question. Can you clear my record? Fuck all that other shit you talking about.
She
said
said,
my record.
she damn it said, well, nigga, if you behave, then I got you.
Right. That's pretty much what she said too. She was like, I can't, but the governor can, but only
if you behave, then I got you.
Y'all bet not shoot each other. But yeah, they went along with their battle.
The first song, the first round is a diss record from Gucci to Jeezy.
Right. Which
I think he wrote that day.
yeah. But apparently it's called Round One. from what I
Gucci Mine and Jeezy.
So it was round one. I guess I got the list pulled up here. Hold on. I guess we can kind of walk up through. Again, nothing else happened this week, so I understand this is probably just going to be an update on Jay and a full review of
the good old Versus battle. Because this is by far the most tension. I've never been more hyped yet nervous for a Versus battle in my life. Like somebody may actually get shot tonight.
Absolutely, and I wasn't sure who was going to be the one.
Who's going to do the shooting?
So
the one
round one was Gucci Mane round one versus Jeezy's intro. Of course, I gave that to Jeezy.
I got the Gucci just for the balls to be like, you know what? Fuck you for everybody.
Someone said it perfectly. Jeezy won the Electoral College. Gucci won the popular vote. Because for him to be as bold as he was to go out there. And again, we're going to talk about that as well, because there's also a lot of conversation about how they represented themselves at the thing. But, you know,
how they both behaved,
how they behaved and everything. Right. But for Gucci to just go up there like, nah, I'm really not here for verses. I'm here to tell you ho. That's all I'm here for. But yeah, so I gave that one to Jeezy. Round two was Bench Warmers versus Trap or Die.
Jeezy.
Which was easily Trap or Die.
Clearly.
But of course, you know, we're going to have the Gucci heads who mentally sell drugs say that it was, you know, Gucci won it 20 up. Gucci Mane, I think I love it versus Jeezy Standing Ovation.
Standing Ovation is one of them records, boy.
Standing Ovation is an amazing record. I think I Love Her did something different in college, bro. I can't even vote on that one. I can't even vote. I think Standing Ovation sonically fucking amazing.
And then Jeezy kind of said in the pocket of like and rightfully so, because
Motivation 101.
101 he could battle with the whole 101 album and had a legit fight. You know what I'm saying?
Easily. But I think I Love It was something different. So I have no winner on that one. I'm torn between my heart and my mind. Plain Jane versus Jeezy's Gangsta Music.
Gangsta Music all day.
Gangsta Music definitely took that one. Round five, I'm a Dog, Gucci Mane versus Jeezy's Bottom of the Map. Had to go with Bottom of the Map.
Even though I'm a Dog is a crazy record.
It's a wild record.
I've always enjoyed that record.
Round six, Vet Ride Pass to Gucci Mane versus Jeezy the Snowman.
I think I get the Gucci, actually.
I think I actually gave that one to Gucci as well.
Yeah.
Apparently Billboard gave that one to Jeezy. Billboard gave majority of these to Jeezy. Round seven, of course, he had to break it out. Gucci Mane, Wake Up in the Sky. Versus what I really didn't expect him to play, but he played. Jeezy played Boys in the Hood, Them Boys.
Okay, so look, so that was a special round because Wake Up in the Sky was a tough record.
Yeah, absolutely.
A tough record. However, it's a different kind of feeling when Them Boys come on. Because you know, Jeezy was one of those few rappers when he first dropped, and he came out with 101, and he also debuted with the Boys in the Hood group. And Them Boys was the record.
Oh yeah,
Them Boys was a record. So
that was another season we were let down that the other member of the group that was supposed to blow up,
Jody Breeze and blow up. Yeah, damn.
that was that generation's Murphy Lee.
Damn,
we only got Jeezy.
So that round a tie for me.
I gotta give that one to Gucci. Wake Up in the Sky is just hey man, that's a different record. Because I remember when he put that joint out, I was like, "Is this the new Gucci?
This is the Slim Gucci.
This is workout Gucci. This is what is it? Oat milk and
and dentures.
Oatmeal and dentures. Yo, Gucci really does look like the evil version of Inspector Gadget from the Matthew Broderick Inspector Gadget movie. Just all teeth. But either way, y'all Google that as well. Look up Evil Inspector Gadget. Trust me, you're gonna have a great laugh. But yeah, I gotta give that one to Wake Up in the Sky, man, because that song is crazy.
So smooth.
Round 8, Gucci Man, That's My Hood versus Jeezy's Let's Get It. Sky's the Limit.
I'm going Jeezy on that one for sure.
Yeah, me too. Round 9, Gucci Man played both with him and Drake versus Jeezy and Jay-Z's Go Crazy. I thought that was an amazing round.
That was a great round. Also a tie round to me as well.
Definitely a tie.
Both was
wow,
a monster.
Billboard gave it to Gucci.
Both was a monster.
Both was huge.
But
go crazy.
Play
new G's on.
No boys go crazy. Yeah,
that's
man.
a moment, bro.
Them horns. Dun, 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 dun.
I give that one a tie. Then Gucci Man. I'm gonna be honest, I give this one a tie as well. And apparently so does Billboard. Gucci Man, Bricks versus Jeezy's All There.
No, that's going to Jeezy for me.
You gonna give that to Jeezy?
Yeah, because all that would make World Fresh off the Trouble Dice 3 album is a banger.
It's a
banger.
It's a banger, but Bricks is a classic joint.
Yeah, you're right, but I mean,
all white bricks, white tin bricks,
big old bricks.
You know what I'm saying? When you hit a lick, gotta have bricks. Don't forget. But even Billboard has that one as a tie. So now we going into round 11. OJ the Juice Man featuring Gucci Man. Make the Trap Say Hey versus Jeezy's Who Dat? Gave that to Jeezy. Even though I wasn't crazy about that round, though.
I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't crazy about the round, but Met the Trap Say Hey it went up a little harder than I thought it would.
Well, yeah, it's a different situation when you got, you know, saying that DJ blast. But I've only been familiar with that record from it just being played at like the dorm and shit like that.
Right.
I'm like, I never really was in. And then really,
hey,
you know what I'm saying, the Who Dat record, I've never been crazy about that record.
Off of the Recession album, yeah. That's a Who Dat, nigga, with that. Yeah, that's my shit.
Yeah, I've never been crazy about that record. So I was like, kind of whatever, round to me. Round 12, this was a great round as well. Steady Mobbing versus the They Know remix.
Oh, great round that was, yeah. I don't care how old the song gets. They Know rings off crazy.
Oh yeah,
crazy. The bass line is something wicked. And then the remix was Jeezy, Luda. Who was on the remix? Jeezy, Luda.
That's it.
No, Wayne too. Wayne's on it too.
Is he?
I believe so.
Yeah, I heard the remix is so damn long. But that one I had to give a tie to.
That goes to Jeezy, man.
You give it to Jeezy?
They know goes hard.
They know ring
They
off,
know goes hard.
Steady Mob is a solid record too. Gucci Man's Heavy versus Jeezy Lose My Mind. I gave that to Jeezy.
Oh yeah, clearly, yeah.
Billboard tied that. Round 14, Gucci Man Street Niggas versus Jeezy. Way Too Gone.
Whoo, that could be a tie for me because Street Niggas is hard.
Yeah, and Billboard gave it to Gucci. I think
Street Niggas is hard. Yeah.
Gucci Man First Day Out versus Jeezy Air Forces.
First Day Out, that could be a tie for me too. Actually,
I was about to say, to me, I don't know, kind of a nothing round. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Man, but First Day Out was definitely like a big record there for sure.
Round 16, Photo Shoot versus Jeezy's Everything.
There was nothing wrong for me and Jeezy. Yeah,
I'm gonna give it to Gucci. Because again, a lot of the things I'm gonna give, a lot of the credit I'm gonna give to Gucci literally stems from my time at Wilberforce University.
Gotcha. Okay.
And Photo Shoot was a solid fucking record. Gucci Man's Wasted versus Jeezy's Trap Star.
That was a crazy round.
Billboard. Now I'm giving it a tie.
That's a tie.
Billboard gave it to Gucci.
Nah, that's a tie for me too.
Now, I didn't realize this was but then again, all they did was just play hella fucking records, so I guess it does make sense. Round 18 is when Gucci Man dropped Truth. Gucci Mane.
Let's talk about that round for a
second. let's sit here for a minute.
Let's let that one.
Let's rest in these laurels real quick. Let this cook.
Lord have mercy. Okay.
So you give your reaction and I'll give mine.
Okay. So we knew the Truth was going to be played sometime tonight. We just knew, right? And like we said, it was like we've all been to parties when There gonna be two cats in there, two relatively known hood cats in a party together, and you know that these two parties do not get along. And at any given moment, it's gonna go down. It can go down. So, as we're watching Gucci perform the truth, and not only is he performing the truth, he's performing the truth to Jeezy. Mm-hmm. Looking at this man, right?
Singing all the parts talking about his boy, about him killing his boy. He's singing the loudest.
He's singing the loudest. Now, where it gets crazy is after what did Jeezy respond with?
He responded with "Get your mind right."
Get your mind right. Yeah. So mind you, once Gucci hit you with that, we're smoking on Pukalo tonight. My jaw dropped. I was like, oh shit.
Nah, so
and
go ahead.
And not only that, because like, mind you, I like Google. I said, who the fuck is Pukalo? Pukalo is actually the friend's name of Jeezy's who got killed by Gucci. Mm-hmm. And to know he's on his mic in front of a million or 1,000,006 people saying we smoking on Pukalo tonight.
2 million by that time.
He said, you send more on me, I'm sending back at you the same way in the box. I was like, oh Lord. Now at this point, I'm expecting them to cut the feed, or at the very minimum, somebody about to fight.
Easily.
There's about to be a fight for sure. And me, like many, I was sitting there and I was looking at, you know, our whole crew and everybody that was we're all like, yo, this could be the end of Versus.
It's about to be it. At least we got 18 songs in.
But yeah, before somebody actually like got shot.
I can't even flex. Like I said, this is my first time realizing that he played it at round 18. I wasn't keeping score. I was tense the whole time. Like, you know, the meme of Jay-Z where he's like nodding and like looking in the air. He's just concerned. That was me the whole Versus. Cause I was like, something about to happen, dog. So then when he got to round 18, apparently, and as soon as the beat dropped, I was like, oh shit. And then Chips and Stacks, oh shit. And that's when you start listening like, is that truth? And it was like, so that we just looking and then
that was more like, oh shit.
And not only, and you know what's even crazier? Because I was trying to think like even though it's not a part of the official rules, but I'm like, Jeezy is playing so much of certain songs. I'm sorry, Gucci's playing so many, you know what I'm saying, so many seconds of certain songs. I'm like, nigga, I'm surprised Instagram ain't clip them. However, Gucci owns all of his masters.
And the second verse of the truth is the most disrespectful.
The most so I was like, he kept that shit rocking, like it's still going on. And Instagram can't cut you because he does own the rights to the music. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, that's terrible. It's about to be a real bad time. So then he finishes and then the beat cuts and then it gets quiet. I'm like, okay, just move on, jeez. Just play the next record. Next, you know, yeah, put that nigga in the dirt. I was like, oh. And he was like, sitting more happy. I'm sitting back to you the same way in the box. Oh,
I'm smoking on Pukalo tonight.
Once you got to smoking on Pukalo, I said, hey, man. Damn.
Bro.
I was so uncomfortable. It was like, I gotta take a shit. I can't sit here no more, man. Fuck, my stomach bubbling. I know Swiss had to take a shit afterwards. I know as soon as that shit ended. All right, y'all. I'm gonna take a shit real quick. I'll be back, y'all. Just my body, I'm tense.
It's like you know the AC on. But fuck, it's hot in here, bro.
I could have swore
it's so hot in here, bro.
I could have swore the AC was on. Like, I know, 'cause I walked in here. It was a bit chilly when I walked in here. But now it's like, whoo, it's warm.
I'm sweating, dog.
So
I'm sweating, dog.
Jeezy, you know, he's like, you know what? And Jeezy started giving his speech or whatever. And Gucci was just true. He's like, nah, I told you, I'll play the truth. I ain't coming. I told you that. So Jeezy goes to a speech and Jeezy said some real shit. You know what I'm saying? But I think because they knew that Gucci would have to play truth, Jeezy was like, all right, well, I already know. Once he drops Truth, that's when I'm gonna drop this record. I'm gonna do my speech and all this other shit. Then we're gonna drop.
And it's not like Jeezy.
Right.
It's not like Jeezy doesn't know Truth. I'm sure he's heard before.
Right.
But the fact that in that moment you didn't quite know the reaction was gonna be that. Like the one thing about Gucci displayed himself as a man. They gotta get some shit off his chest.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the best way you can do it. Like, as somebody who has had this thing kind of riding on him for a long, long time. And, you know, and that's when, you know, we talked about this. It's like, it's hard for somebody to be like, yo, Gucci's foul for that. But like, bruh, the legend tells it, he sent somebody to come and kill me. And the dude that he tried to come and kill me, I killed him in self-defense. Now, the braggadocious part of it, whatever. But I can't view you the same way. Like, yeah, we could be cool, but even try to be cool, like, nah, you try to have me killed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you try to have me killed. If that's indeed what happened, you try to have me killed. So for a lot of people, it's fuck you for life.
Yeah.
But, you know, for the culture, all right, that's one thing. But I'm going to get this off.
Look, we're going to get to that.
All right.
We're going to get to that because that's a very important conversation to have, especially dealing with this and the reaction that the world is having to it. So Jeezy did his speech, then did his record. Gucci didn't even remotely listen. And I don't even think this was on Gucci's list. I think because if you remember how the beat came in, Gucci just started rapping it for a little bit. And then it just kind of just dropped in out of nowhere. Gucci was like, man, fuck all that. Here's another Jeezy diss record where he turns to Jeezy and says, fuck you, Jeezy, to his face. And even then he said, I can't remember how the part goes. Something, Jeezy, pussy. And that's another street lingo that is going to get you shot. Like, no matter what. So Gucci went in there with all the issues. So that record was called 745. And Jeezy responded with Put On. And of course, I gave that one to Jeezy.
I love Put On. It's great.
Put On's a fantastic record. Then Trap House versus Seen It All. Didn't expect him to drop Seen It All.
But yo, I love Seen It All to this day.
And that was round 20. Here's the crazy part, right? So now we're finally in the overtime records. Oh well, they just had bonus rounds. Overtime was a tie because by the time we got to overtime, then they actually started fucking battling. Then Gucci actually started playing his hits.
Yeah.
He missed a lot of hits, but
I'm surprised he didn't do Freaky Girl.
I'm very surprised he didn't do Freaky Girl.
Yeah, because usually left a lot on the table, like a lot.
But you know, it was one of those things. Now here's my gotcha with it. Kind of getting into the conversation of it before we wrap up. I'm not convinced that that Versus was their first time having to sit down since all the other apparent failed sit downs that Jeezy mentioned. Because apparently this isn't their first time for them trying to squash it. When Jeezy went on the Breakfast Club, he said we've tried to call a truce multiple times. He said we just
that I believe. I believe that they've tried a few times to like work shit out, but it just, you know,
I think after, you know, because before Gucci went to jail this last time, Gucci was Gucci. You know what I mean? Like he was the Gucci man that everybody know, you know, that he could be. So he probably wasn't trying to hear, I didn't put a $10,000 tab on your head.
True, but then
I didn't send Pookie Low. He probably wasn't trying to hear that shit like, nah, nigga, yes, you did.
But you can also cater that to the power of verse, because everybody knows once you do a versus, your stream game shoots the fuck up no matter what it is. So, you know, it's a business move, and yes, you are doing it for the culture, whether you believe it's for the culture or not. But no, I mean people knew who are hip hop heads. People knew you put Jeezy and Gucci together in a room, knowing this history. Knowing their history, I'm watching that. Just like
even if I'm not listening to the records, I'm
watching that. You know, just to see what's gonna happen. Like anything bigger than this, you know, we're talking about 50 and Ja, which will never happen. But
I think that was so funny about the build up because their reason for saying 50 and Ja would never happen, they said it's too dangerous. So you went and got Gucci and Jeezy?
Somebody died during this beef, man.
Like, nah, man, I can't have no Rottweilers in the house, man. They too dangerous, man. So I went and got a pit bull. Okay, all right, I guess.
All right,
solid change, I guess.
But if it's gonna happen, I would love this. If it actually happens, 15 game, I'm down for that.
I think it'll happen, and the only reason I think it'll happen because
15 game is cool now. So
I wouldn't say cool.
Well, they ain't cool. They're
just
cordial.
Not beefing, you know what I'm saying?
They're cordial, yeah.
And it's funny because I was actually having this same conversation. I forgot who the fuck I was actually having this conversation with. Like 50 doesn't have 50's not is not of that ilk anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
And even though he still beefs with niggas, no problem. You know, he don't come. He's definitely not that same Southside Jamaica Queens nigga. And Game, even though I think he still has everything in him to still be a Bompton blood.
Oh yeah,
but you know, I think just we have to appreciate growth,
right?
In certain artists, we have to appreciate growth just as men because, and I'm saying all that. I'm going to bring it back to Jeezy and Gucci. We can't keep expecting motherfuckers to be on the same shit over and over and over and over and over again and for the same result. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, somebody gonna get killed. Somebody gonna do a bid. You know, we're gonna like you suffer from being a real nigga.
And that's why I 100% respect Jesus' speech about, you know, this is not about us. This is bigger than us. Like you talk about, you know, the loss of King Von, R.I.P., the loss of Mo 3, R.I.P., the loss of all the rappers that have literally come and gone to some bullshit.
Right.
And it's like these young kids, these young up and comers are watching these beefs kind of play out. And there's really no way out. And like let Jeezy and Gucci tell you, this is a 20-year beef that we saw in peacefully right before our eyes. You know, like if they can do it, I don't give a fuck who's doing it. It can be done. And it can be done without shedding blood and none of that crazy shit. Like we've been down that path. We don't have to go back down that path anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like we're just too grown. Like both of these men have children. One has one on the way. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like
currently got one cooking.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like we don't need to go down the path of if I see somebody that I've had beef with for years. Like we ain't gotta be cool. We ain't gotta go play ball together. We ain't gotta cut no record. We ain't do no record together. None of that shit. Like, but when I see you, it's cordial. It's cool. It's love. We good. Don't worry about it. We straight.
Right.
We don't have to be the best of friends, but we don't. We ain't
gotta be the worst of enemies either.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was proven, especially with the last song.
Of course. No, and it's the exact same way. I say all that to say, and I'm gonna bring up Nip twice in this situation, but I say all that to say what we love the most about Nip was his growth. What he was becoming, what he represented. Mm-hmm. You know, the street niggas still loved him because they understood the work he put in as a Crip in L.A.
And he's still a street nigga.
And he's still a street nigga. He still was on that same block. Mainstream niggas loved him because of what he became, what he took. And this is what I wish a lot of quote unquote real niggas, a lot of street niggas, a lot of hood niggas and dealers would just realize that same mindset that you got when it comes down to doing the shit that you do in the streets. Mm-hmm. You can do that same shit in the corporate offices. Mm-hmm. You've watched all these dudes flip that into something different. Even you got a lot of these motherfuckers that, let me not say motherfuckers because the ones that passed away. So you have a lot of these artists that end up turning that kind of pain into profit. Yeah. And they still end up getting killed because they still have that one foot in. However, you see so many of them are able to turn around and do it. We don't know how Jeezy got down. Besides him moving bricks, you know what I'm saying? We don't know who the real snowman was prior, you know, to Thug Motivation 101 and Boys in the Hood. We don't know who that is. But what we do know, it was serious enough that he had niggas with him that pretty much took a bullet for him. But then we look at who Jeezy is now. Jeezy's a fucking franchise. He's a brand. And as much as these quote real niggas don't want to admit it, Gucci is a brand. Well, Gucci is a brand, but Gucci Mane is a brand.
We watched Gucci Mane literally have to rebuild himself.
He came home completely different, and it's so weird because Reformation is so slept on. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like he should have came home and been on the same shit to the point where Gucci was doing such different shit that we were calling him a clone. You know what I mean?
What the fuck is that?
It's not the government made Gucci Mane. I'm like, come on. You gonna spend government down as a clone Gucci Mane?
Of all people?
Of all people. Jigga made beef with Gucci? Fuck
No. I will always salute Gucci for the way he had to like literally like rebuild himself, rebrand himself.
Absolutely.
To be, you know, you're from where you're from, you do what you do, but can't nobody take away the success and the history. You know, do you know how many names are attached to Gucci Mane?
All of Atlanta, pretty much.
Atlanta as a whole is attached to Gucci Mane.
It's Gucci, but that's kind of shit I'm talking about. He took what he was doing in the streets, even though he was still doing street shit at the time. Yeah. He took what he was doing in the street and he applied it into the industry. The nigga said, "Look, I'm about to do a bid, but I got the Migos. I don't want them to just sit around. So right. QC, y'all do something with them,
right? You
know what I'm saying?" And shit, Pete, Coach K from QC was there too.
Yeah, he usually by Gucci Mane's side.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, that same mentality, he was able to turn it into something. So it's so crazy that motherfuckers hate on trying to better yourself. Motherfuckers hate on healing. Motherfuckers hate on that kind of shit because y'all so tied into the thing. And a lot of these motherfuckers that are hating on the shit ain't doing what these niggas was doing.
Not even close.
Y'all motherfuckers was moving dime bags. Like, stop playing with me. I went to school with some of y'all. Like, stop. You know what I mean? Some of these cats are college educated now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, y'all, like, if y'all really was moving shit the way these niggas was moving shit and not just living through their music, some of these motherfuckers got degrees now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
But you also can't encourage growth.
Oh, absolutely not. You can't.
Why can't you encourage growth? Like,
because that's not the street way of doing things.
So lose your life. Yeah,
that's the most hood shit I can think of. You know what I'm saying?
You died a soldier. Like, nah, nigga, that's not dying a soldier, but that's not foolish.
That's the whole main thing. But they ended with doing Icy together,
which was a moment for me because I remember we all sat there, right? And our homeboy called it, and we was like, nah.
Shout out to Chips.
Shout out to Chips who called that. We was like, nah. After the whole, you know, the troop shit went down, like, nah. I think they're ready to go. But
I for sure was like, pack it up, roll them up.
Jeezy was like, yo, look, we can do this shit right here, leave it right here, or we can move on without whatever. And Gucci was like, fuck it, let's do it. And then the song dropped. We was like, oh.
And that's one thing and that's another reason why I'm like, no, they definitely pieced it up beforehand because there was genuine joy on both of those niggas' faces.
Really, on Gucci looked so relieved.
But you can't help but to see Gucci smile. That's a calling. You know what I'm saying? That nigga got the chompers. But there was just genuine joy because one, when you really think about it, they've never performed that record.
Never.
They did because shit
since cutting the record.
Shit went south almost immediately after the video came out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So they've never performed that record. So, and then, you know, you realize the history behind that record, the history behind them too. Cause at one point they were boys, you know what I mean? So I think that when they performed So Icy, you saw genuine healing. You know what I'm saying? You saw it go to a different place. I, for one, kind of think I think we got played. I don't think that was their first time sitting in the room. I think a lot of that shit was manufactured because he drops Truth, and Jeezy had that whole speech and the song where he's telling niggas get their mind right immediately after. Like, come on, dog. Like this, everything about this seemed
manufactured. Manufactured, I couldn't say, but I know that Truth moment felt like a real moment.
Everything Gucci said after Truth was there.
Felt like a real moment.
But I think that's the Buddy Love moment that everybody was talking about, where he said, but when Buddy Love was trying to take over Sherman, yeah. So that was your fat ass take him back. that was that moment when that.
Nah, listen, when he said we're smoking on Pookie Loc tonight. The name Pookie Loc immediately rings a bell to anybody who knows that situation. Like, oh, right. He actually said it. Oh shit, he actually said it.
Like, this is scary.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing to me manufactured about that moment. That moment, like, Gucci was getting his shit off. He didn't give a fuck how he felt about it.
Nah, I mean, no, of course, in that aspect, but I'm just saying, just in general, like, that couldn't have been the first time they sat in the room and actually, you know, got down to the meat of things, or at least had a conversation, I'll say.
But was anything resolved?
How I look at it is, I don't think they'll ever be friends. I don't think they'll ever do business because we've seen where business has led them. However, I do think that I think the beef is over. At least
the beef is over, and I feel like I'm comfortable enough to say like at least it would be cordial.
I think, boom. I think no one no longer has to worry about them being in the same room.
Yeah.
Because, Jeezy even said it on his interview with The Breakfast Club. He said, dog, Gucci missed out on a lot of money during this time because they wanted to book him, but they wanted to book me, but knew we couldn't be in the same area. And I was just the bigger artist. So they always chose me over Gucci. So Gucci missed out on a lot of, and that's gotta suck. 15 years of I can't do Powerhouse. I can't do all these festivals and shit like that just because Gucci on the boards. I can't do it unless Gucci not on the bill. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's gotta suck. 15 years of that. Now with new Gucci, new Jeezy, and Jeezy's pretty much about it. He should be retiring again, but new Gucci, he can roam. You know what I'm saying? He can go where he need to go. I completely fucking forgot that Gucci's fucking 40.
Gucci is a married man. Gucci man's a fucking vegan.
And he's vegan.
Gucci man is a vegan.
Gucci don't even want to kill a cow, let alone another nigga right now.
You know what I'm saying? Like that man is living, and good for him. Good for him.
Absolutely, man. The moral of the story is we shouldn't fear growth and we shouldn't, turn away from growth. At the end of the day, growth is growth. And also
encourage it.
Also at the end of the day, if you can't if you can't respect it, don't entertain it.
Yeah.
If you can't respect somebody trying to grow, don't try to bring them back to your level. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just that. If you can't respect it, don't speak on it. It's not like you personally have a problem with these people trying to grow. You know what I'm saying? They don't need to be a group chat conversation. They don't need to be on social media and all this other shit. If you can't respect growth, leave it be. What you're doing is apparently working just fine because you can't respect nobody else's growth. So just continue doing you. That's all you got to do. And
period.
Stay out of other motherfuckers' growth. That's all it really takes. That's what we all should be striving to do. But you can't tell everybody. You can't tell everybody how to live. Jay, pleasure to have you back, sir.
So happy to be back, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
I'm glad it was the Versus we had. Our main topic was today because I was nervous, so it's all good.
It was like, oh, I gotta sit down for a second. Ass is getting a little clenched, just straining right now. Just whoo. Even though me and Kevin don't really give out our handles at the end anymore, let the people know where they can find you at.
I am at official Jay Alonzo on Instagram, and I'm at Jay Alonzo on Facebook. Follow my show, Back to the Classics, at BTTC Podcast on Instagram. And we have a movie show group on Facebook, Back to the Classics, a movie show group on Facebook. Go and jump on in and join the conversation. And as far as to the center folks out there, I will be back soon. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the prayers. I'll be back soon.
At the Noize Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. BeatNetworkOnline.com/The Noize. Or just BeatNetworkOnline.com in general for everything Beat Network. Definitely stay on the lookout now that we're kind of back on schedule. We will be bringing you the 20 for 20 to bring back our Tuesday Turn Up playlist. We will be bringing back FOH to get to all the ratchetivity of that. Try to drop as much new content as possible. We're definitely going to be on our shit this time going forward, man. Just stick with us. We appreciate for everyone that has stuck with us. And as always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, we appreciate the support. And as always, Big Los. Shout out to Kev. It's the Noize.